Coming to you live from downtown Detroit, this is Benzinga's PreMarket Prep with your host, Joel Elconin.
This is a volatile puppy here, isn't it?
And Dennis Dick.
I'm bidding a penny. I will buy the stock for a penny.
With everything you need to start your trading day.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this Wednesday edition of Benzinga's Pre-Market Prep. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin, and Dennis Dick. Busy earnings day. On top of the earnings, we have a new DOJ probe on big tech. We have Dunkin Donuts, or I guess now it's just called Dunkin, partnering up with Beyond Meats, and I don't know the number, 150 earnings reports between yesterday and today. So a lot to get to on our show. Fari Hamzei is our guest. He would join us at 8:15. In the meantime, Joel, what's happening here overnight?
Nice range in the S&Ps overnight. We got hit between 4 and 415 on the DOJ probe. No new news there. Pre-market high, just above your closing price at 3008. That high at 08 and a quarter, big level on the upside. Pre-market low, 29.96, folks. I have absolutely nothing down there. Yesterday's intraday low at 90.50. Crude got a pop off the 430 numbers last night, but has faded. Still trading up 13 cents at 56.90. Gold hanging in 14 and a quarter area, up $4.50 at 14.26. And silver in the green here by 12.9 cents at 16.60 and a half. And Bitcoin, the rally to 13,000. Looks farther away now, down 445 at 97.05. Triple D is still sticking with your 20K call in Bitcoin.
Where is it?
The futures are at 9,705.
It's a pullback, yeah, and I was on this bull train here. Show me the chart. I gotta see a chart. I haven't thought about Bitcoin in a long time. Like I said, I don't trade Bitcoin, so I've been throwing out numbers. I've been right about it for a while here, but obviously from 13,000 to 10,000 wrong. But nothing goes straight up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm still the trouble of the matter is I'm not a believer long term.
Okay.
So I just kind of thought we'd eventually retest those highs. I still kind of think that. Nah, you know what? I'll stick on. Oh,
you're all over the place. Good.
I can't decide on that. This chart's ugly now. That's a breakdown. I'm looking at this chart you just sent me here. We've broken down through 10,000. We're bounced a little bit, dead cap bounce. We got to hold that 9,000. That's your bogey. We take out 9,000 and then 20,000 is off the table. So can we hold 9,000? That's the question for you Bitcoin bulls. This is very critical here right now. You don't want to see him make a new low on the move.
Yeah, I just think it's a little bit of overhead supply there.
When it ran a lot. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't going to go straight up. So it's got some work to do, backing and filling, like you would say here, Joel. We got some work to do. And now you've got some people caught, the people who all got on the bull train, 13,000, 14,000, when it just, went absolutely parabolic there for a week and a half. So it's calmed down, which is healthy. So it's still healthy, but it's got some work to do. We'll say that. So I'm going to just say no trade for me at this point in time.
Okay. I'm just going to say that, the fact that you had to bump to 13 and change it, that might have even got up to 14, didn't it? I'm not sure how high it got. And then you slid back away. So now you got like double overhead supply, right? Because you got all the people that, scooped it up the first time. The futures did go to 14,000. Then you got all the people that, scooped it up the second time here. So now the overhead supply.
That's serious.
It
looks like a little bit of a topping formation up there. I mean, it's easy to say when the thing's 4,000 points off the high, but I wouldn't want to be in it either way here right now. It's too hard to call. Coin flip trade.
Breaking news. Spencer did his first after hours trade yesterday.
What'd you do? What'd you buy?
I was gifted a free share of Snapchat, so I just got rid of that after the report. So
how'd you get a free share of Snapchat?
These free trading apps. You sign up and they give you a free share, and I got Snapchat. So about a month.
What app gave you that? I want free shares of Snapchat.
Okay, go to Webull, Robinhood, Funny to
Weeble's the one, eh? We got to talk
Weebles is
Weeble
sponsored
here.
our show that
Yeah, they sponsor. We got to talk Weeble.
Yeah, let's talk about Weeble.
Weeble's good. I gotta say, guys, Weeble, like Robinhood is like for
Free
beginners.
trading. They're giving you shares.
Right.
That's
So,
like here.
Robinhood is like super basic for beginners. If you need like a step up from that, like more information,
Weeble's your trading software.
Weeble's the spot for you. They got a ton.
I'm gonna get myself a Weeble account and get some free shares of Snapchat because that thing's up big here this morning. You picked the right stock.
I didn't pick anything. They just gave it to me like a couple months ago. I got lucky, I guess. I mean, they gave it to me at, I don't know, $12.
Nice. Look at this.
But
you're the right stocks too. These Weeble people got it going on.
But Snapchat, might as well go there to the earnings report. They lost less money than they were supposed to. They lost 6 cents per share. They were projected to lose 10 cents a share. Sales also beat 388 versus 359 million dollars. Daily active users 203 million, up from 190 a quarter ago and 188 last year. So some DAU growth, sales growth, EPS growth, Q3 sales coming in higher than estimates as well. Good across the board.
Rosenblatt went to or initiated a buy yesterday ahead of the print, and Stiefel upgraded to buy ahead of the print. Both correct here.
Yeah.
So props to those guys there. Good calls. Up 11%. It took some guts to upgrade that into the earnings report before the earnings report.
Oh, for sure.
Take some guts.
Yeah, I major league guts there, and good calls here. We're trading up smartly here in the pre-market. Let me change my settings here to get you that pre-market high, and that pre-market high. Oh, it had to pop to 1676, and we're hanging up there with 30.
Yeah, we're holding.
Yeah. I just want to see, if I was a snap bull, which I'm not because I barely know what it is, I would want to see it take out 1678, go 17 bid, 17 and a quarter bid, 17 and a half. I think the longer it takes to take out that pre-market high, I'd look for a little bit of a fade. Similar to the UTX yesterday, we talked about it, how it never got to that pre-market high. It actually opened up near the high of the session. So if you're a snap bull, look for it, look at the follow through, and keep on going. But
I think most of the price discovery's already happened here, though. This thing reported right after the bell. It had a little whipsaw action, but it's been hanging out around 1635 to 1655 here for the entire pre-market session, pretty much, and a majority of the after-hour session. So it's kind of priced in. I don't expect a big move from here either. I don't think you're going 17 and a half today. I don't think you're going under 16 today. I think it's kind of priced in where it wants to be, but we'll see. I mean, the volume's going to pick up after 9:30 when all the big players come into play. But in my opinion, the big move has already happened in Snap. So no change for me.
Yeah, I was just giving a scenario if you're
sure.
Snap bull and you want things. And other big news, again, the FTC, once again, Justice Department probe these social media companies. Will this ever stop?
Well, DOJ, different from the FTC.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not convinced those two agencies actually talk to each other. But a new probe. You know what's funny is this came a day after the headlines that tech companies were by far the biggest leaders in lobbying spending last quarter. Facebook, how much did Facebook spend here? Facebook spent $4 million on lobbying. Amazon spent $4 million on lobbying. Oracle spent $1.7 million on lobbying, and all they get for their troubles is more investigation.
I mean, I guess this is a little bit what Trump's been calling for too here. You know, he's been talking about attacking, obviously, some of these bigger tech companies here. It came out of the blue, though. The timing of it was just terrible for me because you had the Good Texas Instruments report, which was lifting everything tech pretty much. It was really lifting the chips, but it was lifting everything tech. And then you also had the Good Snap report, which was lifting Facebook. So I'm out there trying to buy some tech stocks, trying to buy Facebook, and boom, I get Facebook. I was like, uh-oh, what's going on? And then you see the headline, you're like, sell, Mortimer, sell. Anyway, so I got picked off a little bit. I lost 70 cents. It was a good loss because the stock obviously turned around and fell another 4 points after that.
Ooh.
So, you got to just eat it. I mean, this is what newer traders do wrong. They'll be down 70 cents. They're like, well, I got to get my money back. in that scenario, I look and I'm like, I am on the wrong side of the trade immediately. Like, you know it immediately. I got picked off. So, and, I was up there, trying to buy Facebook and try and buy Twitter because of Snap. And they were trading higher, off of the Snap report. But then that new news comes in and algos pick you off. So I got picked off by the algos. I turn around and hit whoever is, I could possibly hit, which, ended up being to the tune of a 70-cent loss, like I said. But I was happy to lose 70 cents because it was a bad headline. Stocks obviously bounced back from the lows here, but how low did we get last night on Facebook?
Oh, we got pretty darn low. We got 190. Oh boy, 198.27.
Yeah. So we've bounced 2 points. The reason Facebook had bounced a bit too is we got another headline coming out around 7 o'clock that the settlement or something. Did you see that one, Spencer Israel? It was some type of settlement on the government case that's been going.
They're still working towards it.
Working towards a settlement though. And Zuckerberg has to do something.
Oh, Zuckerberg has to personally sign off on.
Yeah, but it popped on that. It popped back a little bit on that. So you got multiple headlines here. Facebook, obviously first influenced by Snap, which had it trading higher. Then you get the DOJ, and it gets slammed. Then last night around 7 o'clock, they said they're working towards a settlement there, and the stock pops back up a little bit. So it's been whipsawed around here. Bottom line here, though, is big tech is under attack here today. It is your catalyst for why we sold off, like Joel said, just after, the 4:30 or whenever that headline broke. We saw Amazon fall 35 points on that headline. It's still down 22. We saw Facebook get hit, like you said, to the tune of 5 points. Apple's trading down significantly. Google was trading down significantly, still is trading down 9 points here in the pre-market. So they hit those stocks pretty hard. They bounced them back. I don't think this is a case where they're just going to annihilate these things because of this, but it's not good news here either.
I mean, is this anything new? I mean, when you go...
No, I don't think it's...
Gosh, darn it.
It's been rumored. Like, we've had rumors that big tech was going to go under attack. I mean, this has been talked about for a while. Even think about all the Trump tweets against Amazon. It's not completely out of the blue. Just the timing of it was interesting. I mean, and the timing for me, like I said, was bad because tech stocks were very strong after hours off of the good Texas Instruments numbers and the good Snapchat report, and turned around on a dime right on that headline.
For what it's worth, Mnuchin is on TV right now talking about this very thing.
Looks serious. I'm looking at him right
more
now.
or less. He said,
muted, but he looks really serious.
He said there's no question Amazon limits competition. He also said that he does not see any area in which Google is working with the Chinese government, which raises concerns.
But you see these companies and they get hit. Yesterday, we talked about this. We got this right on the show. We talked about the Redfin Zillow.
Yes.
And they were getting hit in the pre-market. And I think also we had Paul LaMonica, who had said that he thought it was kind of silly that they were getting hit that hard too. I agreed with him after Paul got off and said, I think that was, it's more of a buying opportunity usually when these things get hit. I said, usually when you look at them a month later, they're higher. You wouldn't have had to look at it a month later. You could have looked at it 3 hours later because these things not only rallied all those losses back, talking about Zillow and Redfin, they closed up on the day. So huge buying opportunity as those stocks obviously got Amazon with that deal that they had for that other company. I can't remember, Relogy or whatever it was, or LGY. And that started to come off. So it seems like you get these knee-jerk reactions from, Amazon and something coming to the sector. It's usually a fade, and a fade being in the case of Zillow and Redfin. They were good buys yesterday on that news.
Did you get in? Were you able to trade it? Or
No, I totally forgot about it. I mean, I'm doing so many things. Maybe I've got to get more algorithmic, and just trade all my ideas. But, I'm just doing so many other things. I never looked at it until later in the day. And I was like, oh, we would have got that one right.
Yeah, no, that was. But S&P futures just hanging out mid-range on the day, just below it. So I'm looking at 3002. I'd really like to see us clear that and go up and test that closing price at 3008. Facebook reports after the bell today. So after that big down move and now a little bit of recovery. I think some people might be lightening up ahead of the report because we've had a major run, and they're just going to have to blow things away in order to, in order to continue this rally. Yesterday's low comes in at 199.50. We're trading above that here, so that's my bogey, 199.50. Or no, what was yesterday's low? I'm sorry. Yesterday's low in Facebook was 202.36. So, boy, oh boy, got to get up to that 201 area, 202. I think you'll find sellers there.
I mean, there's a lot of not so good headlines here today. S&P is holding up very well considering, because you've got the DOJ probe on big tech, which obviously knocked down the Qs more significantly, and a lot of the big tech names, which we've talked about already. But you've also had a few earnings disappointments. I mean, Boeing, which maybe everybody expected them to disappoint. The one really that is down significantly, though, is Caterpillar. It's trading down 5 points on its report as well. And and even if we're looking at other reports here this morning, we got AT&T, which has bounced back, but it was trading red here earlier. UPS is green. That one's helping the market a bit. But it's a mixed market here this morning from earnings. But some of the big names are in the red, and Caterpillar is one.
Got a guess.
Probably going to get some headlines here today.
Let's get Fari's thoughts on this.
Yeah, let's do it.
He is the founder of Hamzei Analytics. He, if not the first guest ever on our show, was definitely one of the first guests on our show. Fari, can you hear me? Good morning.
Morning. Yes, I can hear you, but I'm still muted.
No, we hear you fine. How's it going?
Perfect.
How we doing, Fari? How we doing today?
Well, Tico and I took a good walk early in the morning. I took a shower.
You showered for us? Wow.
I put a special cologne even for you.
Oh, nice. I like that cologne.
There's extra people in that. We'll deal with Spencer later. He's the accounts payable. My buddy Murray will take care of that. They'll build each other language. No, I'm good. It's, last night, I don't know, are you guys still on my PMT email?
Yes,
on Monday we said, it's actually Sunday night, we said, this is a tough market to be in. It's our issue 300 coming up. We're going to delay it 1 week. Most likely we're going to go flat either Monday night or Tuesday night, before the close, of course. And so, that's what we did. Monday we were up at about 8 handles. Yesterday we were up about 20. So we took the 28 close and ran. As we ran, DOJ hit and market turned over. So overnight I'm getting these emails like, when do you start walking on water? I said, well, that's in the New Testament. I'm not sure it's the Old Testament, whatever. But we'll cover that later. So I don't know. Listen, I just wanted to stay out. This is a very heavy duty, as you guys know better than I do, heavy duty earning week. Probably most crucial week is this week for this Q. And then we got Mueller today. So too many unknowns there, and I figured we will take a pause. Not being in the market is advice by itself. So.
Hey, Fari, I just got to ask you before we get to these earnings stocks.
Yes, sir.
Captain Tico was in some trouble. Did Captain Tico?
Yeah, Tico got Article 90 under UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice. Article 90 basically is that you're going to be put in a brick for a while. You need to get attorneys. 2 of our members are JAGs, so they're going to represent him. No cost to him, of course, because this is Captain Tico. They're honored to just be associated with him. Article 90, if you look him up, is basically not following your CO, your commanding officer. It's disobey. If you disobey lawful, keyword is lawful. Remember, we're in a different age these days with that Trump and all. But if you not follow lawful orders of your commanding officer, you could get an Article 90 hearing, and you're basically in jail for a while. Now, some other friends that he had made some money for on the crude, they put up the bond money, and he's free on bail right now.
Okay. All right. We've got a Captain Tico update. Let's go to some earnings stocks here. Fari, that's what you
like. That's huge. I'm looking, by the way, I'm on Caterpillar myself. I'm here that I'm getting my ass kicked. Is that what it is? Yeah. Well, oh, worry. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Well, we do call spread. As you know, we do push spread and call spread. This was a call spread. So we're taking the pants. It's okay. You can't win them all. Last week we had one error. Every other option trade we had was on the money. We made the good money we got out. But I don't know what duration they are.
What was the mistake?
You want me to tell you that?
Yeah.
Netflix. They claim
Netflix, right.
yeah, we repaired it, but it's not going to be as much. And we did news last night. With news last night, that chance is zero. What we did is that Admiral, my option group, he came in and said, listen, here's what we can do. We swapped for no cost the profile so that if we had a one-time move this week, we would make good money back. But not with the news last night, so that's that too.
All right. Facebook, after the close, you mentioned the DOJ news last night. That hit it. I mean, when you look at a stock like Facebook and you're a shorter term trader and you have to run from 160 and change to 205, I mean, what do you want? You're holding through the report. I mean, what do you want? I mean, they're just absolutely going to have to blow it away. So what, you got any kind of strategies or are you?
We got a couple of things you got to look at quickly. I know you got names to go through.
Cat? Okay, let's go to Cat.
Sure. Here's what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to look at vols. One thing I do always bring up the matrix, look at my vols and see, do I have an edge this week versus next week? Do I want to do what kind of, from not just a bias standpoint, but also the option strategy standpoint, what makes sense, okay? And so here's my fear. And let's the first RTH print come in. The vols are going to be super elevated because FB, Amazon, and Google, they're always up in the hundreds anyway. Now imagine with the news from last night. And as you all know, when we go lower, volatility spikes. So it's a double whammy coming in. I think Feinerman on the CNBC said it last night very observantly, is that earnings is a short-term look. This issue is going to be long-term. They're not going to be resolving this issue for weeks and months. It could be even a couple of years. If you recall, in the 2000s, we had that Ashcroft coming in to help Bill Gates because for a number of years under Janet Reno, Microsoft was under cover of let's investigate, let's figure out if there's antitrust issue. The one I'm really worried about is Amazon. We trade a lot of NQ. You cannot trade NQ without looking at three stocks in the same time slice so that you're in sync between your futures versus the cash, and we do that on market cap. So it's Microsoft first, Amazon second, Apple third. I think that's pretty decent order of the market cap. So I'm most worried about Amazon. What Amazon is going to do. What has it done overnight? Let me take a look. I know it was lower last night. Yeah, it's down. Not as bad though. 1%. What is FB's down? Let's see. FB is down. Yeah, one was a little bit higher or more. And then Google. By the way, when does Google report? This week or next week?
Let's go to our trusty Benzinga Pro, Spencer.
I think it's next week, but no, it's this week. It's Google is on they're the 25th. They're tomorrow.
Yeah. Busy day tomorrow. So sometimes Joel, we end up not taking a position because it becomes a Russian roulette. The trade is so juiced up based on your at the money straddle, your volatility, its own chart formation. And remember, we trade for defined risk. We have big our trade desk runs out of Chicago. They can't take individual. They can't take a trade you and I would put our individual accounts. You and I would trade. We have to answer to ourselves. When you do auto trade, you're answering a lot of people. Once I pull the trigger, boom, it's the bada bing, so to speak. You have missiles going on all directions. They're going to get filled. They got to get their allocation. So we have to look for liquidity and reasonably good expectation of the results because I have to answer to them. And so with defined risk, we do call spread, put spreads. Now, you try to trade other money, call spreads on Google or Amazon, good luck. That's what we call lotto trade. We do that last 15 minutes when everything lines up, but sometimes we don't get filled. That's a problem. We have to see. We just have to see what format they're in. Obviously, I'm very bullish on text long term. Short term, they have a bump here. And by the way, yesterday, let me make this comment too. A lot of respect for Morgan Stanley and the research team. As you know, I was a consultant there for about a year. their prop division on that 1585 Broadway, 6th floor. Here's the thing. They said a 10% pullback in Q3. We don't have much left. We have 2 months left. They're expecting now in October 1st, we're going to drop 10%. I question that comment from a standpoint of they must know something we don't know. The catalyst for a 10% drop here, I don't see.
Unless earnings just start to roll over, but the earnings haven't been bad. They've been really good so far.
Bravo.
Fari, so thoughts going forward here. I mean, you got the DOJ probe on big tech here. You got Caterpillar getting smacked around here a little bit this morning. You got a few other stocks obviously ready to report here. We got Tesla, Facebook tonight, PayPal, Google tomorrow. Thoughts as we get into the heart of earnings season here. You've said you've kind of went flat here overall. Is this
this is going to be for a few days only. We're going to be back on the saddle by Monday and make a decision. We just want to. We don't change our bias because there's an option trade attached to it on PMT. We just can't put an option trade on Thursday. The theta will kill us over the weekend. So we reset it. We said issue at 300 will come on Monday. We'll probably get back on the saddle. I don't think we're done with the upside yet. We are in top formation. There's no question about it. I can tell. As you get some more errors in your trades, that tells you near your topping. Bottoms are easy to pick. Tops are not. Top 6 are really an affirmation by many, many market participants. So, and you're going to get some wins and losses back and forth. We're in that mode. We just made new highs, both in NDX and SPX. Those are going to be challenged. What do you call it? The budget issue, the debt limit has pushed back again, kicking the can down the road. I just don't see a catalyst yet. I can see what the charts may want to do. I can see some indicators flashing some potential signals. But again, we don't make money. It has to move for us to make money. For that, we need to see a catalyst. So more than anything else, I'm sitting on my hands, trying to observe, read, synthesize different ideas from different market participants and analysts and see, okay, what my chances are. Odds are we're going to still go higher.
And I just want to add, before we let you go, I just want to touch on 2 commodities here, because I know you follow the commodity markets as well. Crude oil here, just hanging out at $57 area. Big soft, tried to recover. Right. What is Fari thinking about crude oil, and why don't we throw in gold there?
Okay, the gold I'm not so good at, if you say gold, but crude I can employ short-term wise the services of Captain Tico. He is bullish here. We're seeing a basic formation on the U contract, which is September, somewhere around 56 even area. We just popped over that the last few days, since like 21st. I'm looking at the OTF chart here. It's proprietary, so I can't show it to you, but I'm just going over it. The signal has just picked up. The slope is turning. So we expect to go up there and possibly test 59. If it goes through 59 cost per barrel, you should be expecting it at least a 61, 62 read. Gold, I'm not good at. I'm down here with a bunch of Trumpkins. There are some that are beginning to buy some gold. They're panicking. One of the concerns is that what if Trump doesn't get reelected? Okay. My answer is, what if he does? He comes close, but he doesn't believe in the results, because he wants it his way or no way. So 2 things, that type of a thinking brings you to 2 ideas. Buy Smith & Wesson, not just the gun, but also the stock. Remember in 2008, it jumped up. Secondly, buy some gold. But I hear these are very, very well-to-do people. Remember, Naples is the 4th largest per capita net worth in the country, not income, net worth. That is the people who already made their money. It's old money. They've come here and they're just enjoying it. I hear some very large expectation on gold. I mean, 4,000 to 10,000. I think they're smoking something. And last time I checked Florida, it doesn't allow you to smoke anything you want.
All right, Fari, we got to wrap. We got a lot more earnings to get to, but thanks for the time today. Fari Hamzei from Hamzei Analytics. Fari, have a good day.
Always a pleasure to be with you guys. And by the way, I like this Zoom. It's good.
Oh, thank you very much. All right.
We're fans.
You guys.
All right. 8:30 here on the nose. Let's get, I would say imbalances, but I mean, on a day like today, let's just go to the earnings. Oh, actually, can we talk about Dunkin first? Well, let's do this Dunkin thing.
Sure.
So I want to read you from this press release. This is, in case you guys didn't know, the biggest breakfast news of the year. That is straight from the release. So
this is from the Dunkin press release or the Beyond Meat
Dunkin. This is from the Dunkin press release. They announced a new partnership with Beyond Meat. They're serving Beyond sausage breakfast sandwiches in participating locations in Manhattan. Call to action today for any of our New York listeners. We need some field research from you. So there is a Dunkin Donuts restaurant at 240 West 40th Street between 10 and 2 today while supplies last. The CEOs of Dunkin and Beyond Meat will be there serving your Beyond sausage breakfast sandwiches. Okay, we need one of our New York listeners go there, try this sausage sandwich, and report back to us tomorrow how it was, because we will not be able to do
I've
that.
already given you an update on that, Spencer. I did try the Beyond Meat sausage, and I've warned everybody, if you put them on the grill, be careful. You got to get them off the grill really quickly because they just are toast. I don't know. I mean, Dunkin.
The ridiculous move for Dunkin Donuts.
Yeah.
This is as ridiculous as the Redfin and the Zillow selling off yesterday. This is more ridiculous. Dunkin Donuts was trading up almost 2 points on this. Give me a break. So anyways, no position on it for me. I thought about shorting. I probably should have, but I just didn't buy. I should have shorted it. Obviously, when it went up there, it went up to like 81.75. I should have went and tried to short. I actually tried to short after the fact, and then there's, I didn't feel like hitting 81.20 all the way down there. But I mean, this is a 2 point pop. It was a 2 point pop for a stock because they're going to serve Beyond Meat. I mean, come on, this is this is a gift. So it's got all kinds of overhead resistance 82. Anything in the upper 81s, I think, is a sell. That's my opinion.
Was there any news earlier in the week, or did someone get this news early because, you had that big move on Monday?
This isn't even news. This isn't news. Not for Dunkin' Donuts. We're going to serve a Beyond Meat sausage. You're going to pop the stock 2.5% on that? People, don't buy stuff like that. Don't be chasing dumb money buying that up there at 81.75 this morning. That's my opinion.
Okay. All right. And
I think the thing's right back under 80.
204 is your market high at
maybe it's other factors, but I don't know if is there any other headlines of Dunkin' that I'm missing before I'm saying that? I'm pretty sure this was the only headline from Dunkin', right, Spencer? Was there another headline? When did they report?
The only one. Not for a while, I think. Let's look it up here. Dunkin', August 1st, so next week or 2 weeks.
Okay. In any regard here, there's all kinds of overhead up resistance up there at 82, and it's buying this up $2 because they're going to serve a Beyond Meat patty is just hype. And this is a stock that's thicker, typically moves 60, 70 cents. I mean, the entire range the last month is $2, and they're buying it up $2 because of they're going to serve Beyond Meat. I can't believe it. It's better news for Beyond Meat. I mean, they're getting more places. And that's a stock maybe that probably should get the pop a little bit on it, but valuation, everything. This is a cult stock. Obviously, made a new high, new all-time high there. Didn't hold the gains, which is somewhat concerning. So I still would say if I'm shorting this now and if I was playing from the short side, you can lean on that maybe that 208.48 high from yesterday because it is trading up $6. I think the gain gets faded here in Beyond Meat too. So I don't like either of these stocks today. I'd fade both of them, in my opinion.
No. I mean, that's when you look at a stock and it moves more than it's moved in a month. On
Dunkin' Donuts,
5,000 shares.
Because they're going to serve a Beyond Meat patty.
Yeah,
it sounds like a gift to me. That sounds like the definition of trading gift. Maybe wrong. I mean, we can be wrong.
Yeah, we can be wrong. I mean, we haven't been, on the Beyond Meat train. So, I mean, I don't.
Oh, yeah. And I thought I didn't think it was going to make new all-time highs. You know what? It just took too long. Looking back at it, I mean, we popped up over the 200, which we were on the train off the hop, just the hype train, even though valuation made 0 sense. But then it wouldn't sell off. It came down like the 140 a couple times, put that little double bottom in. It just kept holding 150, 2-3 days, and then starts drifting higher. And it's telling you the hype train wasn't over yet. and then we go up and we make new highs here again. So eventually, I believe the story ends badly. But I mean, trend is still your friend. Trend's still up. I just think yesterday was a little bit of a reversal day for it. And now you get the pop here on the Dunkin Donuts news. I'm more of a fader of this move too.
You know what? I think I'm just going to make one brief comment on this one. I'm not that active in it. You've got over 200 on 3 different occasions, but never have closed above 200. So we are above it.
Big important.
Yeah. I just think, you hold 200 for a couple days, and then I think you put some more pressure on shorts. Yesterday's high, 208.48, 17-point range in it. I mean, I just don't know how you control risk when you're trading a stock like that. I mean, that's a huge range here. Before we move on to more earnings, I just want to talk about the financials yesterday. Holy moly.
Looking good.
Goldman Sachs. I mean, these stocks had some monster moves, and I didn't know.
I didn't see this one coming.
Nope.
Because they had the earnings and they kind of sold off a little bit, but they were sleepy, and they've been sleeping here for a bit, and they're sleeping giants. I mean, there's value here in all of these things. There's no doubt. If you're looking at valuation, the things are all cheap. They're dirt cheap. Make a lot of money. The Goldman breaking out. I mean, the charts are starting to look a little bit healthier here too. I've always thought, like what's the the catalyst to hurt us? Maybe it's Deutsche Bank, maybe it's something else, but the valuations are attractive if you're just looking at those metrics, and the stocks have been really hot. So, or the stocks got hot at least yesterday. So I guess you're a buyer. I got to be a buyer of pullbacks in the banks.
Yeah, and you never know. The Fed may turn hawkish on a dime. Who knows? We could, the way they flipped in January. In September, we could be looking at 4 rate hikes or something like that. The way that they're all, kowtowing to the White House and everything, they're so wishy-washy. Who knows? I still think
it's interesting, that the banks are starting to take off when they're still, being as dovish as they are. That is interesting. But I mean, TLT had a weak day yesterday. It's popping back a little bit here this morning. I don't know. Like, everybody thinks they're going a quarter for sure, and some people still thinking a half.
A half. If they do a half, I will do a walk on my hands across the Ambassador Bridge.
I don't understand why they're doing a quarter. There's no logic for that for me. So a half. I mean, if they're not, I don't understand the logic behind a quarter. So I'm not going to understand the logic behind a half either. So I won't rule it out because I don't understand the logic at all.
All right, let's go some earnings. We have Boeing, we have CAT. Let's get to these.
Oh man, you guys want to go to the big guns?
Let's just do some rapid fire here. Get these earnings.
All right, Boeing. I'm not sure how. We already got the charge from last week, so the GAAP EPS we knew would be bad. They lost $5.82 per share. Adjusted, that comes out to a $2.92 gain. Sales won't compare, $15.75 billion versus a $20 billion estimate. They gave the guidance last week about the charge they were taking. So this one may have been baked in already.
I think so. And the stock has been popping up. I think you got buyers on pullbacks here. So what are your thoughts technically?
I just think 380. I mean, that had been a big level on the upside. You tested a few times, pulled back. You had that one nice fake out when you went to 382.48. Ended up, settling yesterday at 373.07. So you've settled down since you made that low in June, and you've been in a trading range. Now you're at the top of the trading range. So I'd be a little bit, I don't know about it, 368. But I still think some big boys are trying to wiggle out of this thing. Let's call it between 375 and 380.
Yeah, big resistance up there.
Yeah, I mean, there's huge resistance. I don't see this thing, closing above 380, going to 400, going to 4.25. I just see it more kind of drifting back down to the trading range. I mean, the lower end of the trading range. And I'm talking since June 17th, we've been in a trading range pretty much between 350, 380. You're near the upper boundaries of that trading range. So
I think I'm kind of on the other side here. I think you're right with the 380 resistance, but I think people might buy this pullback here today. The earnings didn't look great, but like Spencer said, I think most of it was baked in. It's down 1%. There are people who are thinking, oh, I missed the boat here because this thing had a 30-point pop here in the last week and a half. I think there's going to be buy the dippers lurking in Boeing. I would not be surprised if it goes green today. I think it could go green. Do we smell a bat?
We do, but you're going to.
I'll bet you a lunch it goes green. It just has to touch green.
No edge?
It has to touch green. Those 373.08, I win.
And so what I don't even remember. We haven't made a lunch bet in so long. What do you owe me? 2 lunches?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a 5 steak
we're
dinners.
We're going to start at scratch. And we're scratch.
We're scratch on lunches, not steak dinners. Sorry.
I know. I owe you big on the steak dinners. So
yeah, where's Chris's calling?
Boeing has to go green. I mean, which is, a 5,000 share buyer can take it up to.
That's what I'm saying.
307, but
373.08. I win. Were you on?
Okay, 08.
I think it goes green.
Okay, all right. I got it.
Ron, we got lunch bet. Look at this. Who's gonna win?
Call my broker. I got $1 million to sell it.
373.07. I'm gonna block that thing to win a $5 lunch.
Exactly. Well, if
we'll go to Dunkin Donuts and have one of those Beyond Meat patties.
Exactly.
Help the cause.
Did we do cat yet?
Sort of. Well, I didn't give.
Kind of talked about it with Fari. Talk it. It's
right now. Yeah, Cat missed on the year EPS, missed on the sales. The guidance that they gave for the fiscal year EPS was at the low end of the range.
This one is not going green today, in my opinion. Pretty safe bet when it's down $6 and it's kind of quiet. It's already traded 200,000 shares. I mean, it is. So what? Give me the numbers here just again, so to analyze. I had
okay, 283 on the EPS versus a $3.12.
Flat out big miss on the bottom line.
Yep, big miss on the top, 14.4 billion versus 14. Actually, not a huge miss, 14.43 versus 14.44 billion estimate. So a slight miss on the top line.
I don't like buying them when they're missing on like those kind of numbers. That could 3M you, and what that means is it could gap down here and continue to leak. So, no, I don't like it at all from the long side. Be a seller rallies.
All right. A couple things here to keep an eye on. One, there's just someone just letting go of stock here. A step down seller pretty much since the number came out. It's got a little bit of a pop about a half hour ago, maybe 15 minutes ago, but pretty much straight down. Your pre-market low comes in at 131.10. That coincides with the daily low at 31.50, 31.51. But you got to think that they've come this far, right, off that high. Why not test 129.87 right next to a nice round number like 130? I would think if I had a short here, I at least want to try and cover a portion of that. If all of a sudden it holds this 131.50 magically and starts to rally, then things could be a little bit overdone. 50% retracement, you basically went from 120 to 141, but I mean 130. Oh man, that comes in right at the 50% retracement also. So I like 130 here for support. Important for that to hold today in Cat. And the hitting deer on this.
Oh yeah.
And deer really battled back. Look at that thing. That was sniffing all-time highs, Dennis.
Yeah. We talked about this on the show a few days ago, and somebody had asked about deer. Maybe it was last week even. And I'm just saying it's come all the way back to, major resistance. So it's hard to be a buyer up here. I think it might have been on a rating change or something, but I remember talking about it. That 170 is just huge resistance. So, last few days, people had chances to sell in the 168s. If you did, congratulations, because I think now with these Cat earnings, this thing could start to leak. It already is.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, going in
170 is 60,000 shares there too. That's significant for deer because deer is lighter volume. It's $170 stock. That is a big order to try to take out. So you got some major resistance up there, even in the book at 170.
Okay.
So seller rallies and deer.
Yeah, for sure. Even
in my opinion.
Yeah, if you do.
Nothing's for sure, but in our opinion, anyways.
Lombardo 141 is asking about Irobot.
Yep, that was going to be my next one. It is the biggest loser on my pre-market scanner today. So IRBT, they reported yesterday Q2 EPS 25 cents, down from 37 cents a year ago. Sales 260 versus $267 million estimate. Full year EPS guidance coming in More towards the light end. The estimate was at $3.11, and they got it down to from between 240 to 315 for that fiscal year EPS estimate, and that sales also coming in a smidge light. So light on the earnings year over year, and light on the earnings guidance as well.
Oh, it's a stock that I kicked myself, and I talked about this a year ago, that I wanted to buy it in the 60s when it was like 65 to 70. I never pulled the trigger, and then I watched the stock double after 65 when it went to 130 the next year. It looks like I'm going to get a shot back down there again. Am I going to take the shot this time is the question. I think you get down in the lower 60s. I think you're going to find some support here, though. I think you're early, potentially early at 74, but you're getting into an interesting spot here. Like, you're washing out a lot of people here today. The stock's been leaking. I mean, I don't know if they've got more products that are coming besides the vacuum cleaner, but I mean, and obviously, valuation's been an issue here too. But you get down in the 60s, it gets interesting.
Yeah, pre-market low comes in at let's see here, 70.20. So you got a nice bounce off that. So you're thinking that's a 4-point bounce. So I think if you go back towards that $70 area, at least for today, shorter term trading, you may find some buyers. This is a big windfall for shorts. Look what it did. I mean, this is 2 bad quarters in a row. I imagine that gap down from 130 to 110 was because of earnings. Also, actually, it was from 130 to 100. Never recovered from that area. I see the area you're talking about under 60, 2 month lows, 57 area. It's going to take a few more days.
It's going to take a lot of days. It may not get down there, but I think if it did get down there, that's where I'd probably pull the trigger. Sure. I think I might be just too early. And it might bounce here too. But it is a disappointment. There's a lot of people who have been buying and accumulating here in the last month and a half. All those people are significantly underwater. So I don't think you got to just run out and buy it right away. I've been losing I've lost a lot of money going and buying big dips on the first day. Usually the dust needs to settle, and sometimes they continue to leak. I mean, look at Netflix. It's continued to leak here too. We got this one right as well, saying, that it was 323 and, when it opened that day, and I thought it might eventually leak to 300. It hasn't got down to 300 yet. It's actually trading up here this morning. I'm not sure if there's a headline driving that, but we've been calling for 300. Maybe it's not going to get there.
Which stock was that?
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. It's just pausing here.
Breather.
Yeah, taking a little break.
Is there a headline here, Spencer? Netflix was down at $1.50 here this morning. It's now up $2. I'm assuming somebody said something.
They launched a mobile-only plan in India, I saw on TechCrunch, but
maybe that's it. Up a couple bucks, a little relief pop here. Still so many people underwater, hard to get excited.
The India thing is a priority for them. They've been
here
for a while, so.
It's hard to get excited, though. I mean, it was a really disappointing report. It seems like every time it musters a little bit of a rally, it just gets faded. So I don't see why this doesn't happen here, too. I still think it's going under 300.
It's important digestion period here after that disappointing report, the down day, followed by another down day, followed by another down day. 305.81.
Little double bottom.
Yeah, there you go, 306. So you can lean on that. On the other side, 314. That splits the highs in the last two sessions. So I'm going to let this thing shake and bake between 306 and 314 and then, get the breakdown to I don't really see this breaking out. I mean, the dip in subscribers, I mean, that's what predicated the whole rally on in this stuff.
You can put on any trade as long as you have an out. Joel just gave you a good out. So if you are buying this thing and you think the Netflix, is coming back, if you're buying it, I would not want to be long it below 305.81. That would be my stop out at this point in time. I'm not putting that trade on because, like I said, I think it's still going lower, and I think the path of least resistance is lower. But you can put on any trade as long as you have an out. Joel gave me a good out.
Quick warning here. I'm thinking of canceling my Netflix. I mean,
why?
Why? Because I don't
watching it.
I don't watch TV.
What about when we lose all the Disney content off there?
I'm going long Disney.
That won't impact Joel's life.
It's going to impact my life because I have a Netflix account, or at least, a friend has a Netflix account. What are they going to do with
ESPN and all that stuff? I mean,
who's they?
Disney.
Well, ESPN has a separate streaming platform.
Yeah, but what if all of a sudden that goes to subscription service or something, and they put that on there?
Well, it It already is to an extent with the ESPN Plus.
Yeah, but they gotta pay the cable companies.
Your cable company won't drop ESPN. There won't be an ESPN blackout anytime soon, so you don't have to worry about that.
They pay. That's huge money for Disney. Again, like we said, I did buy more Disney stock yesterday. I averaged up a little bit more. I might even buy more again. I'd love it to pull back more back into the mid 130s so I could buy more. I still think Disney. I'm a fan. I gave a case. I think it could go to $200 eventually here. Once it starts to launch this thing, it's going to have the buzz going again here too. The valuations, not super cheap, but it's not super expensive either. And we know they got the cash cow, the parks behind it all. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the stock.
Let's talk about Chipotle here. Earnings, and they tease some new menu items. So Chipotle Q2 adjusted EPS $3.99 versus a $3.77 estimate. Sales 1.43 versus 1.41 billion dollars. They said comps were up 10%, and online sales or digital sales up 99% on a year-over-year basis. Then they teased some new menu items. They teased the nachos, teased desserts. Remember that the CEO of Chipotle was formerly at Taco Bell, and that all adds up to a nice pop this morning.
Yeah, and what do you think? Up $22. All I'm going to say on this one is, man, you got to take out this seller here at 766. You had a high at 65.99 and then 65.36, another high in that area. So I don't know. If you want a long-term trade here, shorted at 760. I mean, I'm just looking at it just from the top of the trading range, what it did at the new all-time high here. But 766. You got a big seller out there, and you got to take them out. Probably nothing in the book. Probably like a secret seller out there, but that's what I'm looking for. If it did get up to 766 today.
I understand the valuation. I understand why it's ripped as much as it has, but I've been wrong, and I'll admit I'm wrong. I'm not trying to short it.
Okay. All right.
They have success when they launch new items. Remember, they finally launched the queso like 2 years ago.
It's just given such a premium to compare to other stocks. I don't get it. I don't understand why. I don't know if I'll ever get it.
They have them in Canada?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
I ate there once, and I thought the burrito was horrible.
It's cheap food, right? You go in there, you can eat for $10.
Chipotle is a step up from McDonald's in terms of the.
It came from McDonald's.
What? Oh, you're right.
McDonald's.
I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah.
No, the fast casual segment, which is what Chipotle is a step up from that fast food, but that's what the McDonald's is trying to get up to, which we kind of talked about.
If you like eating Mexican, it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap Mexican food. I mean, they go in there, eat your burrito for $8-9.
It's fine. Yeah.
You probably drink and stuff. You can probably do it under $10. Not a lot of places you can eat lunch under $10.
All right. Can we talk about Tupperware also?
Let's group all this together.
Okay. All right.
Let's group all this together. We're going to talk all these dog retailers, and people keep trying to buy these things, and they continue to go down. There's so many bad retailers out there. Bed Bath & Beyond, everybody was trying to talk us into buying this thing because that activist, when it was $17, it's $9.
Oh,
Let's look at it's $9 now. GameStop, we've hated it for years. It's $4 now. The trend is not your friend. TTS, the tile shop, disappointing yesterday. It's down here again. I mean, these things are value traps. These things continue to burn investors. Tupperware is the same story. TUP, absolutely horrific chart. Stock was $97 5 years ago. It's $14 here now. Trend, absolutely not your friend. Rallies, I think, still continue to be sold on all of these stocks. Are they overdone? Can they have dead cat bounces? Of course they can. Yes, they can bounce. I saw a funny tweet yesterday on Bed Bath & Beyond. Somebody was tweeting at Oprah, or maybe looking for.
I saw that.
Did you see the tweet? I don't know who it was. I quote the Raven. I think
it was Ramp Capital.
Was it Ramp Capital?
I could be wrong.
Hey, Oprah, it was somebody. Anyways, I laughed out loud though. They said, "Hey, Oprah, check out Bed Bath & Beyond. You could pull another Weight Watchers here." And I mean, maybe she's interested in towels. If Oprah gets behind Bed Bath & Beyond, I will come in and buy it. But that was a joke. So we don't start bad rumors here. That was an absolute joke. The stock is an absolute dog. Eventually will bounce a bit because it's been straight down 50% in the last 2 months. but still, I think those bounces are just gifts to the longs to get out.
We've been replacing all of our Tupperware with glass. At least it just doesn't like the cooking the plastic in the microwave. So we've been phasing all of that out. And then what did we mentioned on the pre-market show that you youngsters are more, environmentally conscious and stuff.
I mean,
not you, Spencer, but
I mean, I'm so torn, and Chad, help us out here too. We need to find some eco trades because this world is starting to obviously worry more, and eco-friendly stuff is definitely in favor. Find us some eco trades, find us some alternatives, because Tupperware I feel like it's somewhat eco because you're reusing it, right? Like you put your thing in a Tupperware, you're not wrapping in a disposable bag, you're not wrapping in a disposable saran wrap, you're reusing it. But the downside is when the Tupperware wears out, it's here for thousands of years. The stuff's that's not going to break down very quickly. So, is it really eco-friendly? Probably not. It's plastic. So what's the alternative though? Like, where do we find these eco-friendly trades to counter, all this from an environmental standpoint? Because I don't think Tupperware is eco-friendly brand either.
I don't know. I'm going to have to do
I'll throw it out there. Find us the eco-friendly stuff, guys.
I don't know if there are a ton of public companies out there.
We want eco-friendly trades. I want to do an eco show. Give us your best eco idea. You can talk about it right now. You can throw it at us. We'll analyze it. But I want to do like an eco-friendly show because I think there's money to be made still in the greener choice in everything.
Dennis, I got some work for you to do today. I want you to stop everything you're doing, and I want you to file for an ETF under the symbol ECO. Okay.
Is it not a ticker?
No, it's not a ticker.
Okay, we got to find the stocks to put in there. So guys, find me the eco-friendly stocks for our new ETF ECO. Now somebody just grab that idea, Joel. Somebody's buying the ticker right now because you said that. Yeah, you just told 1,000 people about it.
How is ECO
or more?
Hey, don't put this today's show on YouTube, okay?
Don't put it on YouTube as it airs live on YouTube.
As it airs live, right?
Oh, there goes my camera again. What's going on with this?
I thought you wanted to show what you were writing down, which tickers you were going to write down.
I don't want to show.
You have such good ideas, Joel. The Harley Davidson, and did you see the Harley the driverless motorcycle? I googled that, and Forbes had a full article on driverless motorcycles. I guess we didn't consider that somebody that doesn't have a driver's license for a motorcycle could drive on a driverless motorcycle because it could ride itself. I was just kind of envisioning the bike just going off there by itself and somebody enjoying watching it or drive.
I spent some time on the road, with over the last week and a half, and I've hit a couple rainstorms, and I see these guys out and these gals out on these bikes, and they're just getting pelted, and then they stop under underpasses, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea to do in a driving rainstorm. So I don't know. I don't. How did Hog end up doing yesterday? Did it recover at all? Wow. Did you see the reversal on that thing?
Look at that.
Look at that.
It's back.
Look
right
at
that. Look where it reversed to, Joel. These levels. You taught me about levels way back in 1999. Look at that. The low of the move, 32.53. The low of yesterday, 32.66. These levels work. The levels work.
And I think a situation you have in that is when, the shorts are waiting like, oh my gosh, I am just going to buy this thing at 30. And then all of a sudden, the brave buy the dippers come in.
That opened right at the lows.
And
it ripped.
Yep.
They heard your thing about driverless motorcycles.
And they're out on it.
Bye.
Before we go today, can we talk about Facebook here? Because this is going to be one of the most talked about stories of the day. In addition to the Mueller hearing, in addition to maybe we'll get some headlines about this hearing regarding the SunTrust BB&T merger, but Facebook settled with the with the SEC. They're paying $100 million fine related to misuse of user data and misleading investors about those risks. Facebook had released a statement earlier this morning. They said it will require a fundamental shift in the way we approach our work, it meaning the settlement. And I imagine we'll see a lot more headlines about Facebook today. So what would you guys do here?
I own it in the long-term portfolio.
The report. You're the one that watched it go from 150 to 190 to 160 to 200.
I know. Probably, because you know what? It's in the long-term retirement account, and the valuation is just still attractive. This thing is not an expensive stock. They got the Libra thing going on. If it pulls back significantly, report, I might even buy more. It's what's it trading? You back out that cash, it's trading under 20. I mean, and it's growing still. I mean, yeah, you can say all the users, but they have so many other things too. So many irons on the fire, so many smart people working there. I feel like it's like Google, Facebook. I mean, these companies are, you look at the Amazon, you're paying up for a multiple. Google and Facebook are growth at a reasonable price. And that's why I've got it in there. Obviously, I bought it on the original pullback, and I was way too early. I bought more, and I bought more right near the lows. I bought on the 141, so I didn't quite get down to the 130 low. And then I sold a bunch like 170. So I've kept a chunk. I'm probably holding on to that chunk.
All right. And Deutsche Bank, bad news for that. I believe they had earnings and also some ties to Jeffrey Epstein, so that's not good. But they got a lot bigger problems than that. Deutsche Bank trading down 18 cents here. But we've kept Spencer a minute over.
No, it's okay. A lot of headlines throughout the day, a lot of cool earnings after the bell. Ford, Facebook, Tesla, PayPal, Intel. Tomorrow morning, Comcast, 3M, Bristol Myers, Hershey, Southwest Airlines. So we're in the thick of it now, folks.
In the meat.
We are in the heart of earnings season. So hope you enjoyed today's show. If you missed any part of it, you can rewatch it on YouTube or catch our podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks to our guest, Fari Hamzei. Thanks to all of you in both of our chats on YouTube and premarket.benzinga.com. Please remember all the information from our show meant for informational purposes only, not meant to be trading or investing advice. Questions, comments, concerns, email us, premarket@benzinga.com. Joel,
one more thing. I forgot to give another shout out to my buddy Jeremy Newsom, who's doing a free week. Go to reallifetrading.com and sign up for a free week of trading the markets. And also in the afternoon session, he goes over for swing trades for people that are not glued to the screen all day. So go out to check out my buddy Jeremy. He did an excellent job at our event in June at Real Life Trading.
All right. That'll be it for us. Have a good one, folks. Good luck out there. We will see you on